Hello and welcome to How Good is the God We Adore. And we're going to sing this classic Brethren hymn, and this video will help you to sing virtually. It's one of a set of four. There is one each for bass, tenor, alto and soprano or tune singers. Please make sure you're watching the right video. And once you've found it, then this video will tell you how to make your recording. And we'll also then show the music and play a guide track that you then sing along to while recording yourself. But before we get into that, let's find out a little bit more about how good is the God we adore. This hymn was one of the most popular ones in the book when I was young, and I can remember it often being sung, not so much in the morning meeting or another meeting in the normal way, but on special occasions like the end of the year. So I had the opportunity to talk to Nick Fleet, who has helped on some of these previous recordings and is the person who is the most knowledgeable about the Little Flock hymn tradition that I know. And I asked him what we knew about How Good is the God We Adore and about Joseph Hart, who wrote it.
Okay, well, we don't know a great deal about the author Joseph Hart himself, but it seems he was born in London in about 1712. He seemed to have had an evangelical conversion experience when he was about 45. Apparently, he was converted following a preaching by George Whitefield.
Okay, famous open air preacher, wasn't he? Yeah.
Exactly, and in about 1757.
Okay.
Thereafter, he seemed to devote himself to the Christian cause. He became an independent minister in one of the London chapels. And a couple of years after his conversion, he brought out one of his first collections of hymns. And it was called Hymns Composed on Various Subjects, and that was 1759. And it's in that little collection that this hymn first appears.
But is it true this hymn's been in the Brethren collection since the very beginning?
It was indeed. It was in the first collection that G.V. Wigram compiled, called Hymns for the Poor of the Flock. That was in 1838 at number 18. So it must have been one of the first hymns that he chose, and he's putting his collection together. And then in 1856, it was in the first edition of Hymns for the Little Flock at number 23. And it's been hymn 23 in every Brethren hymn book in the exclusive side, so the Little Flock, and Kelly's hymns selected and revised.
Now, we always sang this to the same tune, which I think is called Celeste. What do we know about this tune?
Well, like many tunes, we don't know much about it, other than it first appeared in a hymn book in 1857. Now, all the hymn books will tell you that was called Lancashire Sunday School Songs. Actually, it was in another collection called Sacred Hymns and Harmonies, the title page of which describes it as the musical companion to Lancashire Sunday School Songs.
We never sang any other hymn to that tune, and we certainly didn't sing that hymn to anything other than Celeste. But it certainly makes me think how fortunate those Lancashire children were to have hymns like that given to them in their Sunday school.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Nick. Now let's start preparing to record. Once again, please check you're watching the right video. There are four. And if you're just singing the tune or soprano, you'll want the one that says soprano, otherwise alto, tenor or bass. And these videos will display the music and they will play a guide track. And you listen to this video on headphones or earbuds, and then you record yourself on your smartphone or a computer recording app. For instance, on Windows computers, it's usually called Voice Recorder. You're only recording the audio. We don't require any video. If you are using your phone, they do have quite good microphones, but please hold them a little bit away from you so that you reduce the risk of distortion. Do try and avoid background noise, particularly like traffic or even a ticking clock or watch. and try and avoid getting a hum on the recording, which sometimes can happen if you are using a phone and you place it on another electrical appliance. And of course your recording must only be of you singing your part and not include the guide track. We're now getting ready to start. So first of all you will hear your starting note, and then you'll hear the click track start, and there'll be 3 beats, and then you start singing on the 4th beat of that very first bar with the click track. There's only 2 verses, it's a very short piece, and therefore we're going to repeat the last 2 lines of the second verse. And at the end of that second repeat, it's going to slow down, and you will hear the clicks will double in frequency and then immediately begin to slow down. So you'll better just follow them and all come together into a nice, gentle, slow finish. Now, you may want to just have a look at the video, watch it a couple of times. It's very short, just to practice maybe, especially that slowing down at the end. But when you're ready to do your recording, come back to this point of this video, start your recording, and get ready to sing How Good is the God We Adore.